995 Talk, 995.com. The 11th of June of 2026. Yeah, man, we've got ourselves a beautiful day in store. 93 degrees for a high, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, 30% chance of rain. Saturday, 50% chance of rain. Sunday, 60% chance of rain. The high temperature steadily drops 91, 89, 87. You get the idea. Then Monday, supposedly an 80% chance of rain. Let's find out how that goes before we start losing our minds over the subject. We can't be sure. You're listening to Dixon and Vining on Talk 995, talk995.com. Over the past hour, we have had an interesting conversation about data centers. A lot of people chiming in on the subject. Yeah.
You had a great idea.
Mm-hmm. The Galleria. What are we doing? I mean, come on. Why not?
We've been trying to figure out what to do with it.
There you go.
Put it right there.
Perfect opportunity.
Patton Creek. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, don't touch the movie theater. and don't bother Dick's Sporting Goods. They're fine there, too.
I think there's a reason why these things are not allowed to be close to humanity. There's some things going on in there that they think is probably not best for residential areas.
Well, that's what they said about microwave ovens there for a while. Don't put that in your house.
Well, all I know is that before I started using a microwave, I had hair, okay? So
there could be something to that.
Might be some truth to that.
How come it didn't do anything to me? I have hair.
Shut up. Let's talk about...
Don't let facts get in the way of a good story, would you?
Let's talk about your roof, shall we? HHM Roofing and Construction is ready to step in and take a look. You know, if you need an inspection, you just need a once-over, you're a little concerned about it. You're thinking, I'm not sure that my roof is all I want it to be. A roofing inspection won't take but a moment. They'll be happy to come by, identify any issues, potential problems, recommendations for repair, and you go, oh, sure. Well, as soon as they inspect, they're going to find a problem. Not these guys. That's not how they work. HHM Roofing and Construction is going to be honest and straightforward because they live by their reputation. It is imperative to them that you know that they are 100% on the up and up all the time. There's enough honest work out there for every good roofer in this area. Now, if you need a replacement or you need some repairs, they're also the people that you want to call, because they are so very, very good at what they do. They can, peel some back and replace and match and everything like that. Or maybe you'd like to just rip the whole thing off and start over again with a new roof installation. They can do that. That would be a replacement. They have that power, and they can do it for a reasonable price. In fact, you can go ahead and get an estimate right there on their website, hhmroofs.com, hhmroofs.com. Go to the instant estimator and get at least a ballpark figure of what a new roof is going to cost you. Give them a call at 396-7077 to find out more, 396-7077. You want to deal with honest roofers? You want to deal with HHM Roofing and Construction? Find them online at hhmroofs.com.
It's Steve's turn.
So yesterday we had a text that asked about the 5 best Western films of all time and asked if we agreed with it, and we didn't. We kind of changed it up a little bit. First things first, let me get this out of the way. There are a whole lot of Western films, and when I traded out 3 of them, I omitted one that I should have put in there, and it's Mel Brooks's Blazing Saddles. So I apologize to the world right now for my grievous error, and I promise to Mel Brooks that I will do my level best never to omit Blazing Saddles from a list of best Westerns ever again. But with every best of list, there's obviously a worst of list, and what could potentially be included in the worst Western films of all time? Now, again, think about this. This is a very big list because there's a whole lot of movies that were set out in the old wild, wild west, right? Well, Slash Film thinks that they've got the definitive top 10 list, or bottom 10 if you want to look at it that way. In at number 10, feel free to agree or disagree as you want, either Richard and or Valerie. In at number 10, Wild Wild West, the Will Smith, Kevin Kline take on the old TV show. I tend to agree, but I know that there are people that are defenders of this particular movie. There are going to be plenty, by the way, in here you probably have never heard of. Number 9, The White Buffalo. This is Charles Bronson taking on the role of Wild Bill Hickok on the hunt for a mythical white buffalo. Sounds boring as heck, and apparently it was. In at number 8, The Villain. Now, this sounds great, right? 1979 film. Critics said this would be kind of like what Looney Tunes would be like if they tried a live-action Western. It starred Arnold Schwarzenegger. I wonder if they did a voiceover on that with him, like they did in Conan. Number 7, The Lone Ranger from not that long ago. Armie Hammer is the hero. Johnny Depp is Tonto. I think we can probably just leave that right there. You remember Navajo Joe, the Burt Reynolds film? This was him kind of trying to follow Clint Eastwood's lead, who went from television into movies by doing spaghetti westerns. Yeah, his spaghetti western didn't come anywhere close to being like The Man with No Name. I cannot make this up. Slash Film actually found a movie called Billy the Kid versus Dracula.
What?
Yeah, John Carradine taking on the role of Dracula in this case, and going to the Old West. It's a low budget flop that just defines apparently low budget flops. I remembered this film. I didn't watch the film because, well, it didn't interest me. DC Comics as an anti-hero that's been around since the early 1970s is named Jonah Hex. He got movie treatment in 2010 in a Josh Brolin movie. Went way off the rails, they say. Basically took a simple revenge plot, which we see that in Westerns all the time, and somehow put supernatural aspects into it. I don't know. Number 3, Texas Rangers. You would think this would be a good movie. A movie about the Texas Rangers? Yeah, 2001 film, no. First of all, you got a director from H2O, Halloween 20. That's not a good start. And then when he gets his hands on it, it becomes a apparently slow, very plotting movie about simply one case, and critics said that the cast had no real chemistry. Well, then again, they didn't have it in 50 Shades of Grey either, but that didn't stop them from making it. And number 2, Diablo, 2015's film. Tried to see if they could take Clint's son, Scott Eastwood, and make him the next Western star. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. And number 1, I have to admit, I've never seen this. Adam Sandler makes this lucrative multi-picture deal with Netflix, and the first one that they come out with is called The Ridiculous Six, which apparently was ridiculous, which caused me not to ever watch it. Yeah. But here's the question. Are these indeed the worst 10 Western films of all time, or can you add something to the list? Or would you take something off of that list?
First off, I can tell you The Ridiculous Six is the worst Western film ever made. There is no question.
I don't know. Billy Kid versus the Dracula sounds
pretty bad.
Just god awful.
I've actually seen parts of it. It's very campy.
Have you really?
Yes, it's very campy. John Carradine was kind of the Dracula du jour. He appeared as Dracula in several movies, including House of Dracula.
This, by the way, was his last take on Dracula.
Okay.
Which probably is the reason why that movie.
Yeah. It was in the realm of an Ed Wood kind of film, you know?
Yes.
So you have to watch it with a grain of salt. I personally...
How about a salt lick?
That would be good. I rather liked Wild Wild West.
Yeah, I
that
figured
was
you would
entertaining.
probably...
It was entertaining.
I figured you'd be the one that disagreed with that because you have defended that movie before.
Yeah, it's fun and funny, and you just have to let it happen. You can't, if you're going to be all like, "Oh, that's not like the original." Well, that's the way things go. Very rarely do these movies end up like the original.
Can I tell you, I really enjoyed the originals.
The show.
Yeah, the
Oh,
show.
yeah,
I thought
I
the
love-
show
sure.
was great.
I love the show.
I love the opening and the closing of it.
Mm.
And it was one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid.
But I thought that Kenneth Branagh as Miguelito Loveless was absolutely chewing the scenery fantastic. There was nothing not to like about that movie unless you were just going to be a purist about it. I also saw Jonah Hex. And
really?
yeah, Josh Brolin was great
the
in
one.
it.
You were the one.
Megan Fox. Hello. And it really was. It was a supernatural bent. It was a guy who he had been killed. He came back from the dead. It was kind of like, what's the Nicolas Cage motorcycle hero movie?
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. Yeah, it's a little bit like Ghost Rider. It was kind of a Western version
Oh, okay.
of Ghost Rider, which was pretty good. So, but bad movies that belong on the list, I don't know. I try to avoid really bad Westerns, you know? I try to avoid really bad movies in general.
Yeah.
Especially a Western.
Yeah.
It better be good.
Oh, we can go off the rails real quick.
Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're talking about, or if you, for instance, are shooting a scene and a car drives through, you're kind of like, oh, you probably should have gone back and edited that out.
Yeah.
You
It doesn't
think?
look much like the Old West.
No.
9:15.
Nice wide scenery
Yeah.
bit, and
Yeah.
suddenly there's a jet airplane that goes through.
Doesn't work.
By the way, also in the top 5 great movies, great Western movies, certainly up for consideration, but I don't know that I would replace any of the ones that I mentioned yesterday. But Seth MacFarlane's A Million Ways to Die in the West is really good. It's got a great, the scenery is great. He plays it straight with the scenery, he plays it straight with the music. It's really just the dialogue and the characters that are silly, and that's what makes it work, which is very much like Blazing Saddles. I think he kind of used it as a template. He went like, I'm going to follow Mel Brooks on this, and we're not going to mess around with the scenery. We're not going to have like cardboard mountains fall over or anything stupid like that. And we're not gonna goof around with the music. We're gonna have it be good, solid. What wasn't it Elmer Bernstein that did the music for Blazing Saddles? I want to say.
I think he did some of it, yeah.
Yeah, outside of the title theme, which was
Yeah.
written by Mel Brooks.
And the closing.
Yeah. Anyway, 9:16 Dixon Divining Talk 99.5 Talk995.com. That's enough of that. We'll get back to some of the other stuff we've been addressing before too long. Plus, of course, we got to get some food talk in here. Stick around. 921 Dixon Dividing Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Wowzer. Yeah, man, really horrible story here. I got to tell you this one. I don't care for it, but you should know it anyway.
Is this the dog story?
Yes. Nashville, Tennessee, woman was heard screaming for help as she was being attacked by 5 dogs, according to police. Metro Nashville Police Department officers responded to a home after neighbors reported the screams. When officers arrived, they could hear the woman screaming inside, so they forced entry into the home. They discovered 5 pit bulls attacking the woman. Metro Nashville Police Department said the officers were forced to fatally shoot all 5 dogs to save the woman. Authorities are investigating what led to the attack. It's unknown whether the woman lives in the home or whether anyone else was there during the attack. No officers were injured during the incident. I'm sure they're unable to get answers out of her because she's probably in the hospital right now after being attacked by 5 pit bulls.
Plus, think of the time it took from the time the neighbors heard the screaming to call 911 for the police to arrive, to get to the scene, to get into the apartment.
Assess the situation. And
right.
decide
And then,
to shoot
oh
the
my
dogs.
gosh. I mean, I hate to think the condition this woman is in.
I might have kicked that door open myself if I were a neighbor.
Uh-huh.
Just saying.
Yep.
That's
I mean, all the questions that are there, like you said, does the woman live there? If she does live there, were they her dogs? Or if they weren't her dogs, how did they get in the house?
What set off the attack? So all of these are fair questions. I really hate it because what it's going to do is, once again, cast aspersions upon pit bulls, which people love to blame for anything and everything, when most of them are rotten, little, spoiled, sweet brats that wouldn't hurt a fly. When I was a kid, you know what the dangerous dog was? Remember what the most dangerous dog was when we were kids?
I don't know. German Shepherds, Doberman Pinschers.
Doberman
Doberman
Pinschers.
Pinscher, yeah.
Doberman Pinschers were considered to be like just the scourge of the earth. Pit bulls were considered nanny dogs back in the 20s and 30s. They were dogs that were so gentle and kind that you could leave your children with them and they would look after them. Now, suddenly it's like, pit bull, they got a bad reputation because they were good for dogfighting. So when, dogfighting became a big thing, 70s, early 80s, and then, with Michael Vick, next thing you know, pit bulls are the bad. And drug dealers would have them. Drug dealers would have them for, like, protection, to protect their stashes and stuff like that, train them to be vicious. And
I think it's important that you figure out what kind of dog is best for you and your family.
Yeah.
We do see this a lot. A lot of these stories have pit bulls, and there are a couple of other types of dogs that tend to, especially if they're in a pack, tend to kind of do this.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say that, you have to decide for yourself what's best for you and your family, especially if you have a newborn baby. If you have a dog, what kind of dog is that? So, everybody's got to make their own decisions for themselves.
Not a dachshund, I can tell you that.
Not a dachshund.
No, they're right down
A
there
poodle.
with the baby.
Yeah, a
They're
little
right
poodle.
at the same level as the baby, and that's danger right there. Wiener dogs too, same thing, right there at the same level. Terrifying. Apparently, Masters of the Universe getting good reviews.
Wow.
Yeah. This version of Masters of the Universe does not assume the audiences grew up with He-Man cartoons or action figures. Story introduces Prince Adam in a way that is easy to follow, builds out the world of Eternia with clear stakes. The script moves quickly and avoids long explanations, giving each scene a sense of purpose while still allowing characters to show personality. Okay. You've got my attention. I don't think I'm going to go see it, but,
No.
maybe when it pops up on Netflix, I'll give it a look-see.
Sure.
Maybe a few more weeks of reviews. See what it does.
Well,
Maybe.
Well, you're going to get the people who did grow up with it going like, this isn't right. And of course you don't think so. I understand. By the way, I finished watching Send Help.
I watched that the other day, too.
Fantastic.
You finished it, huh?
It's fantastic.
Really?
I love this movie.
It's
Love
kind of an
it, yeah.
appropriate ending, too, now that, I was sitting there looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute, was this all a dream? And then I started to realize where they
No,
went, and I'm
yeah.
like, okay, that actually works pretty well.
Yeah. Really, really good. Strong. It is a
Don't
thriller.
give too much. Don't give
No,
away
no.
too much.
I just want to say it's a thriller.
Uh-huh.
If you're not one of these people who likes to be on the edge of your seat, you're not going to like this movie. But I found it greatly entertaining.
And it was actually much funnier than what I was first anticipating it to be. I mean, I know that they gave it comedy thriller.
Yeah.
But the comedic elements are actually quite good.
Some pretty funny stuff in there. Pretty funny stuff. Charles Barkley stole the halftime show at not last night's NBA final game, but the one before.
Yeah, with a few
That figures.
little comments that he
Yeah.
made. That woo, Charles. Wow.
Well, Cardi B was the halftime show, and
That's what the comments were about.
apparently
Oh, really?
spilling out of her dress.
That sounds
Her
about
top.
normal.
Yeah, her
Out
top.
of her
Yeah.
top.
And in classic Charles Barkley fashion, he says, I don't think those are Cardi B's. I think they're Cardi D's.
And he went on and on
And
from
that
there.
that was enough to
Yeah.
suddenly the rest of the broadcast crew was cracking up and trying to
Couldn't
save it.
contain themselves.
Cut to commercial.
Yeah, at this point in time, there's no saving it. It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
He's not worried about losing his job.
No,
Another
no.
6 or 7 years on his contract.
He'll be fine.
It's kind of an I dare you.
I think he'll be A-okay. That's the kind of comment I would make.
Oh.
R-rated scary movie, trouncing the family-friendly Breadwinner at the box office. Some people are shocked by this. I'm not. First off, it's been a while since we've had a scary movie. Secondly, Scary Movie 6 brings back the original cast, like all the best people that people remember from the scary movies. And there's a whole bunch of new horror films to make fun of, which is what Scary
Sure.
Movie is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scary Movie is kind of like Airplane for horror movies, you know?
Right.
And every one of them picks on whatever the latest ones have been. I found many of them to be quite funny myself, some of them fairly scatological and unnecessary, but, still entertaining. And the Breadwinner is basically Mr. Mom again. And you go like, Nate, did you not see Mr. Mom? Did you not know that this movie's already been made?
Maybe he liked it and
You
said,
just saw
I
an
can do
opportunity
something
to get into
similar.
it. You just saw an opportunity to start a movie.
Yeah. Well, look, I hope he doesn't give up hope and not make any more movies because this one didn't really do that well at the box office, although I don't think it cost an arm and a leg to make. But I would point you toward Billy Crystal's first big film, Rabbit Test, and remind you that he's done a bit of all right. He's somehow made it. He's okay. He managed to struggle through it, but here he is. How about Robin Williams' first movie, Popeye?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still doing okay.
Well, he was.
Yeah, he was. I mean, not now, of course, but his movies were still bringing in box office gold. So don't give up, Nate. We want nothing but the best for you, my friend. It is Dixon Dividing on Talk 99.5 and Talk99.5.com. Got a note from somebody yesterday who said, I just came from Weight Watchers and you guys are not helping.
Sorry.
Yeah. Bad news. If you just came from Weight Watchers, we're not going to help again. How about that?
More food talk on the way.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Stick around for it. It's Dixon Dividing on Talk 99.5 and Talk99.5.com. Oh, yeah. Classic. That line also appears in Dick Van Dyke's Divorce American Style. She gets the gold mine. I get the shaft. It is Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. Men of a certain age begin to wane. Wax and wane, if you will. They begin to slow down, begin to maybe get a bit on the groggy side. Things just don't move as quickly as you would like them to, as they did back in the day. Chances are good that's a low testosterone situation, and it needs to be fixed. And the Alabama Men's Clinic can do exactly that for you. The Alabama Men's Clinic can test your testosterone level on your first visit. $99, it's all it costs, to find out where you are on the T zone. And if you're lower than 600, then you need to do something about that, because it's not going to fix itself. True story. Not going to fix itself. So, talking to the Alabama Men's Clinic about the variety of options they have available to you and how you can get that testosterone into your body and get yourself feeling better and working better. And if you have ED, sometimes fixing the low T fixes the ED. Sometimes it does not, and you need something else to work with. And then maybe you want to do a hair loss, weight loss thing. Why not a whole new you from the Alabama Men's Clinic? It is urology-backed science, and it is powered by Men's Pro. You should definitely give them a call. 598-7000, 598-7000. AlabamaMen'sClinic.com. You can make an appointment there in 30 seconds or less if you are so inclined. And you should be. All right, let's get to it. We got a lot of stuff coming from the world of food, including this one. Dirty soda drinks might be doing you dirty. Doctors are warning of a metabolic disaster.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Taking away our fun with our dirty sodas.
No,
Well-
we can't process this or what?
It seems to be the combination of things that they're shoving into these things, you know? What is a dirty soda? Well, it's a soft drink that also includes a combination of added ingredients like flavored syrups, creamers, fruit juices, other garnishes. Milk is one that we hear an awful lot. The result is a sweet beverage that's a combination of a soda, a mocktail, and a dessert. Dirty sodas can easily deliver 250 to 400 calories and 55 to 70 grams of sugar in a single drink, which is often more than double the American Heart Association's daily added sugar limit.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You know, this is something that people began to discover when Starbucks really spread out far and wide, and they were stopping by and getting their super latte frappe, you know, half
Frappuccino.
calf, whatever. Yeah, with that, and it basically was a coffee milkshake.
It's really what it is.
Yeah, and after a couple of weeks, they're like, I don't know where this weight's coming from. I do. You added approximately 400 calories a day to your diet by drinking that thing. You know, that's
and they're
just,
expensive, too.
oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. More like a dessert beverage than a soft drink. Even if people use diet soda as the base, the combination of rapidly absorbed sugar plus cream can cause sharp blood sugar spikes and crashes, driving hunger, fatigue, and higher insulin demands. Okay. I knew there was a reason I didn't like these things. That wasn't the reason I thought. I just thought they sounded stupid.
A dirty drink. Sounds like, ooh,
It's dirty.
you need a license for this thing.
Yeah, boy. A new Snickers treat is heading to the grocery store, and
Oh, this is going to be dangerous.
I'm sorry to be the
Richard
one-
Dixon
I'm-
is going to have
uh,
a hard time with this one.
I'm sorry to be the one to have to bring you
You
this
ain't
news.
the only one.
I mean, wow. Check this out. Mars Inc. has teamed up with Chuckanut Bay Foods for an all-new Snickers treat. The bites come in 8-count packages, have been spotted at Walmart in the bakery freezer section.
This may be as bad or worse than when Pop-Tarts came out.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I think worse.
This is a Pop-Tart type. I can't eat just one sleeve. They put 8 in the pack.
8 of these.
Okay, well, I'll have 6.
Yeah, but they're chunks. You know, it's not like they're big squares. They're chunks, still bad. The 3-inch squares feature all the flavors fans love in the beloved candy bar, but
Yes.
with a creamy cheesecake center.
Woohoo!
Snickers dipped cheesecake bites.
Ah,
Get out of here.
man, oh, man. You Snickers people
No,
are
don't
gonna
get
have
out
a
of here.
hard
Bring
time
that
with it.
here. Bring it.
Who are the mad scientists at M&M Mars going, here's what we're going to do. We're going to mate cheesecake and a Snickers and see what happens.
And we thank you for it.
And it's got a resealable like bag, so you open the bag, grab you, a couple.
Yeah,
and
right.
then reseal it.
How many are in there again? 8? Why even bother putting
How
the
many
reseal on
calories
there?
per each of these?
Oh, I
Do we
don't want to
know?
know.
Oh, I want to know.
I do not want to know.
Come on.
Oh my God.
Let's take a guess. What's in a normal? Well, this isn't a normal size candy
No,
bar,
it's
right?
not. No.
They're smaller.
A Snickers bar is, I think, 250 calories, something like that.
I'll bet I'm going to go 250.
Probably.
If they've added cheesecake to it, even though it's smaller.
Probably not an unfair guess.
Mm.
Snickers dipped cheesecake bites are made with a nougat and caramel flavored cheesecake, chopped peanuts, and a thick layer of milk chocolate. Each is garnished with a generous portion of chopped candy bar pieces.
Single Snickers dipped cheesecake bite, 105 calories.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
shocked. So they must be pretty small.
I'll take 3.
That's what I'm.
three.
That's what I was like. Yeah. Now he says they only have that. So what? You're at 400 calories, close to it.
Pepsi just dropped a soda pack of summer, and it's heading toward Costco right now.
It's included dirty soda.
It does. Funny you should mention
See,
that. It's a 28-can variety pack of Pepsi products. It contains 8 cans of Mug Root Beer Floats Vanilla Howler,
Oh.
10 cans
Uh-huh.
of Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream, and 10 cans of Dirty Mountain Dew.
And this is at Costco.
Every one of these is a dirty soda type of thing. Every one of them has got a little dairy type product mixed into it.
talk about leaning into the trend.
Yeah, man.
And they're going full throttle. That's what they're doing.
The problem with trying to put, and I should understand where they're coming from here. You know, the problem with trying to put together a variety pack is
You're not going to like everything in it.
exactly.
That
Everyone
happens all the
doesn't
time.
like everything.
You know, even with like, I guess flavored waters. You know, like sparkling waters.
Yep.
They'll put a watermelon in. I'm like, I don't want the watermelon. I want the lime one, and
Right.
there's a grapefruit one in there, or black cherry, or something like that.
I would buy the individual Sun Chips. They have the variety pack of that, and it's like the single Sun Chip serving type thing. And I love Sun Chips, and I love to have a serving sort of doled out for me because otherwise my hand just keeps going back in the bag.
Right.
But they have the 3 bags of plain, and I'm like,
I
who's
don't want
eating those?
plain. Ugh.
Plain is
I don't mind the
terrible.
plain.
Boring is what it is.
It's not my favorite. It's not a go-to.
No, I'm bringing you the plain from now on.
All right, fine, bring it.
That's it. I don't want them wasted. I'm feeding my producer. Wendy's is releasing a new meal, complete with a first-of-its-kind Frosty. It is the Minions and Monsters meal.
Well, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Is this for
Okay.
adults or for kids or for both?
Sure, why not?
I mean, I would like it.
Go for it.
The
right.
bag is cute.
What's the flavor of the Frosty?
It's got Wendy on the bag with one of those.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call them on
Minions,
their forehead?
sort of
Minions.
glasses,
A
type,
little thing on their.
the monocle. I
Single.
don't know. Okay, this must be for adults because it's a choice of a Big Bacon Classic or a spicy chicken sandwich and a small order of fries, all paired with the new Banana Frosty Swirl.
Does it come with that toy
okay.
that's in the picture? I want that toy. It's a little Wendy doll that looks like a minion.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, I
Really?
got to have that.
Okay.
It doesn't come with a toy.
I don't know.
Oh,
I assume it doesn't say here. But yeah, you can always ask for chocolate instead if you don't like the banana Wendy's Frosty
What
banana
if you do the
swirl.
chocolate and the banana together?
Ooh, now you're talking. Nope, it's true. Meal also includes one of 4 exclusive collectibles in the blind
there
box.
you go.
huh?
Collectibles include a minion dressed as Wendy, a minion in Wendy's fries, a
What?
minion in a Wendy's Frosty,
It's really cute.
and a Goomy in a Wendy's bag. Who's Goomy? What's
Goomy?
that all about? I don't know who Goomy is.
I'm not sure.
Obviously, we're not as
The
conversant. with
one-eyed
this,
minion.
is that it?
Maybe.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know a couple of them have names, but I can't remember them.
That's got to be what it is.
I know Kevin.
I'm headed to Wendy's.
All right, you enjoy
Specifically
that.
for that.
Not
I want the
before-
toy.
Not before you get wings.
Eesh.
You got to do wings today.
And you know what I did yesterday?
No.
It's going to be a diet weekend
Oh, no.
for me.
Oh, really? What'd you do yesterday?
I
Let's have fun
posted
with
it
this.
on X. I went to Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, and you got
the
yourself
My
pimento
pimento
cheese,
chicken sandwich.
Yeah, pimento cheese.
And it was
chicken.
perfect by
It
the
was.
time I got home with
Everything you were wanting and
it.
nothing.
Everything I remembered about it.
You were...
Oh,
Yeah, sometimes you remember something and then you actually get to, eat it, and you're like, oh, that's not what I recall
it was
at all.
so delicious.
Alrighty
Melt
then.
in your mouth.
Mm,
Perfect, delicious.
mm. And now you're going out for wings
Well,
today.
I'll have to limit my wings today.
You will indeed.
Yeah,
More for me.
that's right.
That's what I say.
Uh-huh. Who's buying today?
Well, since I was going to
since
buy
you
last
d-
week and it got snaked out from
right.
under me, I'll do it this week.
You'll
I'm
do it
fine
this
with that,
week?
Sure.
Unless somebody
with
picks up the tab again.
I can dream.
Thank you to that pick up the tab
Yeah,
person.
hey, we appreciate it.
I
We'll
can
say your
dream.
name, but you said you wanted to stay incognito.
That's fine.
I'd love to say who it is.
You stay incognito and
Okay.
meet us at the place we're going today. Try.
If you can guess
listen,
where
if,
it is.
If he guesses where we're going today, something's up.
Okay. Something funny's
He's
going
got a
on.
direct line
we
of
got a
some
link
sort.
somewhere,
We
yeah.
want answers.
Mm-hmm.
Mentioned the 4 new Pillsbury Grands Poppin' flavor biscuits last week, that there were 4 different flavors, and all 4 of us oohed and awed over one in particular when it was mentioned. It turns out that this is, as we suspected, far and away the best of the 4. It's the new Hot Honey biscuits.
Mm.
No, you did. I was, yeah.
You were meh.
Yeah, because you don't like hot.
Hot honey is, doesn't do much for me.
I'm a fan of the hot honey, especially if you were putting it on a buttery biscuit. Biscuits and honey was back when a place called Local Color was open. We used to play there. The band played there occasionally, and the guy who ran the place, Gary, at the end of the show, he would always bring out these homemade biscuits. He was making them in the back in the kitchen. And he'd bring out these homemade biscuits and honey. And while we were packing up, we would all just sit there and scarf, because you're hungry after you played for 3.5 hours or whatever. So we'd all sit there and scarf on these biscuits. He made great biscuits. So biscuits and honey just has a soft spot in my heart. Make it hot honey. Oh, I'm even more there. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, these biscuits are right up your alley then, mister.
They're right up my something. 9:48 with Dixon and Vining. We'll take a look at your texts and the Dixon and Vining question of the day coming up next. 9:53. About to hand things off to Skippy and Jimbo. The Line with Andrew McLean. Should mention that the House has failed to pass the FISA bill extension. It was just going to be a short extension, something that Donald Trump wanted very badly to get passed. And Speaker Mike Johnson was speaking eloquently on the subject and somehow could not get the votes to get it done. Many people kind of look at it and go, isn't this what got the whole Russia collusion hoax going anyway, that you had this FISA thing where you were spying on Americans and we're not really crazy about it? And maybe one of those things that was a little bit of overreach after 9/11 when we decided that we needed to start being a little bit more secure. And now we kind of look at it and go, are we catching anybody with this? Is this a big deal? We are, but the restrictions might be a little too loosey-goosey, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's some House members that would like to see that tightened up, mostly your Freedom Caucus types, you know? Let's take a look at some of the texts we have received thus far during the show with Dixon and Vining. Taylor asks, if you could only listen to one decade of music, what decade are y'all going with? I'm going to go with the 1870s.
It's going to go 1976 to 1986.
Wow, so you're picking like a decade, but not
I'm
zero.
just
Not-
going with a
not-
10-year period.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. What
Yeah,
about you?
because he didn't say that. I was going to say probably mid to late 70s into the early 80s. So I'm right in the same wheelhouse with Steve.
Interesting.
You get a little bit of
Yeah.
a little bit of the disco. It was also the start of the bands that we all grew up with,
Yeah.
the Kansas and the Boston and Journey and stuff like that. And then the 80s, there was some pretty good stuff in the beginning.
All right,
of
then
that.
I'm going to go 69 to 79. So I love that late 60s stuff. I love that very early 70s stuff. I get Zeppelin in there, which is nice.
It's true.
You get Zeppelin, too. I mean, In Through the Outdoor was their last album in 80, so very doable. I do miss out on some of the great AC/DC, but I really like that era, plus the early Yes stuff. Oh, can't beat it. 9:55, what else we got over here? We got Lily, who says, I need that Snickers bar. We all do.
Yeah,
We all do. Scott sends over a picture of the Pop-Tart ice cream sandwiches. You can make those yourself, you know. If you have 2 Pop-Tarts and ice cream, you're one step
Well,
away
you
from a
sound
Pop-Tart
like the lady
ice
that
cream
told me
sandwich.
I needed to go buy my own pimento cheese and put it on the Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
No, it's not.
It
but
is not.
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
need to go to the freezer aisle and get those
Wow.
Pop-Tarts.
They're a little pricey. You
I
know
know,
that,
we saw,
don't you?
and that was Walmart. I could tell where that picture was taken. I was like,
Adam, speaking of dirty soda, says they're nasty and an awful way to ruin soda. Okay.
All right, then.
Let's see. What was the Western where the gunfighter drags a coffin behind him, asks Patrick.
what?
I
don't know that one.
Somebody did ask, the movie My Name is Nobody. Yes. Terrence Hill, Henry Fonda was in it. Great kind of spaghetti Western comedy. Really, really well made. Funny. I watched that movie many, many times. Let's see. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a great film about making Westerns. Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie. I don't think a movie about making Westerns is the same as a Western.
You might be thinking about the 1966 spaghetti Western Django. Apparently, the title character, weary Union soldier, according to what I can read, wanders through a mud-soaked town dragging a heavy wooden coffin.
All righty then. That was Armand Assante, wasn't it? Isn't that who played Django, I want to say?
Could be. I can't find that right now.
Ronnie says, talking about the dog children thing, I've known people to worry about cats being around kids, babies especially. Yeah, there was a long time belief that cats were sucking the air out of babies' lungs, okay?
Didn't
Sucking
they make
the
like
life
a
out of
Twilight
babies.
Zone out of that or something like that?
That's probably where it came from.
What was actually, this is like goes way back through history. I mean, this goes back into well before television. People thought that cats would suck the soul out of babies. They would jump on them and they'd be on the crib and they would, suck the soul out through their mouth. Of course, what was going on there is the babies were drinking milk. They'd have crusted milk on their mouth and the cat would be like, I smell milk, and would go right in there. Happened to my kid. We had a cat in the house when my daughter was young, when she was a baby. I found the cat in there sniffing her mouth, and I'm like, get out of there, you. What are you doing? They're not sucking the life out of the baby. They're after the dried milk on the kid's face. People are stupid.
Sounds like a demon.
It does, doesn't
Your
it?
cat's a demon.
Well, I mean, most cats
you
are.
need to kill that cat.
Most cats are when you get
It's
right down
sucking
to
the
it.
soul out of the
That's right.
baby.
That's what they thought.
What kind of horrible movie is
That's
this?
what they thought. And the cat drives a coffin behind it, a little baby-sized coffin the whole time. Very strange.
Oh.
All right, let's get to this, shall we?
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
Name a song that mentions an historical figure, real or fictional, Steve West.
Wow. Righteous Brothers.
Uh-huh.
I could probably go with Rock and Roll Heaven.
Rock and Roll Heaven, very good. What about you, Valerie?
I'm going Madonna Vogue.
Oh, yes, very
She
nice.
mentions quite a few people
I
in
like
that.
that. I would go with REM, End of the World as We Know It. You know,
Yeah, there's a
Leonid
couple in there, too.
Brezhnev, Leonard Bernstein, all in there. Tracy says Devil Went Down to Georgia. Sure, he was real or
Yeah.
Bad Leroy Brown. Ballad of Curtis Lowe. Rhymin' and Stealin' by the Beastie Boys. Oh, Henry VIII. I am Doolin Dalton by the Eagles. Oh, I've been listening to the Eagles channel on Sirius XM, Hotel California. It's only on for another few days, like the 16th is when it ends. This is a great channel. Mr. Custer by Larry Fern. Ballad of Bonnie and Clyde. Big Bad John.
Big Bad John.
Paul Anka's Baby. Heaven, my baby.
Baby.
John Barleycorn. Beelzebub has The Devil Set Aside for Me. Queen. Okay. Give Me 3 Steps.
Give me 3 steps.
Girl named
give
Linda
me 3
Lou. I don't know if
steps.
she's real or not. That's it for us. We are out of here. Back tomorrow morning, dark and early, 6 a.m. Talk at you then. Dixon Divining Talk 99.5.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.